want nice. Go pet a cat, you gremlin. This is Ink's house.
He boots up the game with a snarl and a sip, drops in a fable with a villainous quip, rants like thunder, laughs like sin. He's a grumpy old man you're glad lets you in. Grumble and grind, cuss and rewind. Ink's gonna roast you and leave you behind. From horror to speed runs, it's chaos and flair, but damn if you don't feel safer in there. Teach you the tools, call out your bluff. He's rough around edges, but that's real enough. Streamer.bot wizard, Opius king, drops truth like an animal with a dragon's wing. Grumble and grind, cuss and remind. Ink's seen the trolls and left them confined. He's a beard, the myth, the swearing sage. Welcome to Ink's unruly stage.
I hit you hit the pavement, I turned off on your driver's side door handle.
Just a man with fire and a flask. If you're soft, then mind the door. But if you're real, well, that's what we're here for. Grumble and grind, chaos design. Grab your gear, leave manners behind. Old, bold, and streaming gold. BeardedInk never does what he's told. Let's get this bloody show started.
Good morning, everybody. Also, I'm going to ask you, please hold off on doing the movie poster redeems for a minute. That's one thing I haven't set up, and the sound will kill the YouTube stream. So please wait. We're going to fix that first.
Hi, how are you?
Lou! Welcome in. Yeah, that's one of the things we forgot.
I'm a beatboxing blueberry.
Welcome in, Wizard. Congrats on first, Ravenous. Hi. Congrats on third. Or second, sorry.
Shake it off.
Hi, third.
Just beat the devil out of him.
Alejandra, welcome in. Good to see you. You've been waiting for the stream. You have a fun question? Well, fucking get it in there. I'm going to try to do this audio thing for the movie posters real quick. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, but I have to fucking figure out which fucking monitor is which. So we got to rename them. So let's see. Where is my... There it is. I'm so disorganized. I just woke up. I forgot to sleep after stream last night. My bad. Let's see, sounds. Let's do this. Let's go. with something that's not gonna ruin it. Pi, where are you? There you are. Okay.
Three things: I hit you, you hit the pavement, I jerk off on your driver's side door handle.
Okay. One. Messi or Ronaldo? Pele.
Three things: I hit you, you hit the pavement, I jerk off on your driver's side door handle.
Okay, that's the right monitor. Okay. So that means this is the center. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Movie poster. So now what I need to do is we need to add audio. And then we go to the advanced audio properties and we turn it off on YouTube. Okay, and then this. All right, Pi, are you on the tubes? All right, go ahead and on Twitch redeem your or your movie poster, but then see if you hear the audio on YouTube. Please.
Go well, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi, Thor. Welcome in. You did hear it on YouTube? Oh well. That didn't fucking work. Why didn't that work? I do have it set to number 4, right? Well, that shouldn't have worked. Interesting. So the routing is correct. Default, or not defaults, but the audio routing in OBS is correct. 1, 2, 3. Should not go to track 4. Interesting. Oh well. We'll figure it out. Who watches on YouTube anyway? Yeah. That's alright. I don't care if the live streams aren't monetized. It's not a big deal. I want to get that fixed. Should have fixed. Play a game, please. I play games over on Twitch during the week. All right, well, how to think about that. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Yeah, YouTube streaming is so far behind. Okay. There we go. Now let's get the audio back so we're not just in silence. Hey, there you go, guys. All right. Anyway, welcome in. How's everybody doing today? How's your weekend going? Hope everybody's staying warm.
Oh, hello.
Welcome in, Queen. How are you? Good to see you. I don't need that. What do we need? Yeah, so I forgot to fucking go to sleep after stream last night. I went into the outer net this morning at like 7 a.m. because I was still awake, and I forgot that we had like Storm of the Century and shit coming today, and I had no food, so I went and got something. It was nice because nobody was out yet, or very few people were out. So it was a quick trip, which was nice, and then I made it home, and now I don't have to leave the house again until Tuesday afternoon. Have I met up with a YouTuber? No, I don't meet people. That would be weird. What? People are weird. I avoid them at all costs. You are not a YouTuber, Bibbidi. And I stand by what I said. But you are a people. You are a people. Barrels, how are you? But you'll meet Twitchers. I met one. Yeah. I met Bibbidi. But I was tricked into that meeting. It was a ruse. She tricked me into meeting her. Under the guise of job proposals. And I was like, ooh, in-person interview. All right. 3 years later. You meet Twitchers all the time? They're downtown? No, those are tweakers, Wizard, not Twitchers. Little difference. Fuck. Same thing? I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not right, but you're not wrong. Fucking hell. Bibbidi said she had a funny question, so let's go ahead and start, because I have nothing really to work on. I don't know what to do today. I still have to edit the fucking tutorials for the quote system, but other than that, it's all done. Also, Fi, remind me to send you the updated fucking reference sheet. I forgot that I have to update that in the zip file. You're waiting for your question so you can play games? Alright, we're going to answer Wizard's question in about an hour and a half. We'll wait. We will wait. Alright, first question came in from Bibbidi. Here you go.
Bibbidi12 asks, so, if you were me and say you had a first redeem, you also had a I am here type redeem, but you wanted to create another redeem that would be set up like the first redeem, but would only trigger after, say, 13 I am here redeems are triggered, how would you set that up?
You said redeem a lot just then. If I were you, I'd be a foot and a half shorter. Alright, if I were you, I had a first redeem. I do have a first redeem. Yeah. And I also had a I am here type redeem. Okay. Ya ass. Alright. Let's see. You want another redeem that would be set up like the first redeem, but would only trigger after, say, 13 I am here redeems. How would you set that up? Okay, so is this after 13s, is this going to be automated, or is it going to be a channel point redeem where they can redeem it and nothing happens unless they've done it like 13 times? Or is it going to be like if they do the I am here redeem 13 times, it does something different? The image one? Okay. Can I tell you all the games that I have? No, dude, I have like over 1,000 games. I'm not going through that list. You want it automated, so all right. Let's get into it. Okay. So we're gonna have 2 redeems. Told you it was fun. Yeah. So you're gonna have you got your Nomi. You're talking about the one of the Nomis, right? One of the Nomis. That one. It's like your check-in one. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you have all that going on, and then you're gonna have the new redeem, the 13th. Gnome. There. Let's look in here. All right. So on your Nomi redeem, basically you would have your whatever you want to happen in your 13th, and we're going to disable this one, right? And then here, like Wizard said, you're going to have a counter, basically a variable that's going to count, and it's going to be a temporary one so that it resets every time you shut the bot. But you're gonna get the variable. Logic globals. So we want a non-persistent global. That's not it. Not clear. What am I doing? Yes. Add globals. Not clear. Get 13th warrior. Whatever, you know, name it. Destination can be the same. 13th one. Whatever. Default value is 0. And then you're going to have this, and then actually, you're actually kind of bored. We'll go do something fun then, man. You're shooting in the dark. Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, there's like 4 different ways to do it, but this is one of the simplest because it just resets automatically when you reset the bot because it's a temp global. We want this to be non-persistent, so it should say temp. And then every time this gets redeemed, right? So it's going to run through your actions that you have set up already with your Nomi's check-ins. At the bottom of it, you're going to have increment the global by 1. You're leaving. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping in. Oops, hold on. 1 second. Okay. So anyway, sorry, back to this. So to deal with that real quick. So you have your get temp global, which is, you know, named at 13th gnome, whatever you want to name it. No, this is in your Nomi redeem. Nomi redeem. So this is going to be at the top. It's going to start. It's going to get the temp global. I'll keep this name simple. 13th Nomi. Right. Destination variable. Just leave it the same. 13th Nomi. Okay. Default value 0. Just make sure that it is temp. So it should look something like that. You're going to have the rest of your redeem stuff go on here. And then we're going to do another one. We're going to do add global set. And this one's also going to be temp. The variable name is going to be the exact same. So 13th Nomi. And we're going to increment by 1. Just like that. Right. So now every time this gets redeemed, every time Nomi gets redeemed, it'll run through, and then when it's done, it's going to increment that global variable by 1. Yeah. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get the temp global again. So we're going to duplicate. This is going to be below now. Boop, boop, like this. Okay, and then we're going to add an if else statement. Logic if else. So if 13th Nomi equals 12, right? Because you want it to be for the 13th one. So if the value equals 12, then basically our true result is we are going to enable oops. I forget what it's called. Actions. Set action state. The action is going to be 13th Nomi, and we're going to set it to enabled. Oh. That's all you gotta do. I mean, that's it, but you might not even need this top one. But usually I like to get the temp globe or get the globals. We have to get them to increment them, and then we'll get it again to update the new one. But you may not need the second one. And so when it equals 12, then this will be enabled. Book. And then whatever this has will be there. If you're using this as a channel point redeem, and you can instead do instead of enabling and disabling the action, you can just pause or resume the channel point redeem. So we can go to rewards and then set pause state, and then of your 13th Nomi redeem, you can just set it to unpaused, or and then when you end your stream, you'll have to go back and pause it. You can set that up automatically too, but that way you don't have to worry about this. And then that way, if you have your redeem as a trigger, you're just enabling and disabling that trigger or that redeem itself, so it doesn't even show up. If you disable it, instead of pausing it, it'll disappear from the redeem list altogether. But when it comes back, when you enable it, it'll come back as a new redeem, and it'll show up right at the very beginning of your redeem list. No, because she wants it to be a redeem. It's one of her, it's like her daily check-in, but after the 12th one, she wants a special one for the 13th. But they still actually have to redeem it, so it's not just going to automatically run. Concept Gaming, welcome in. Good to see you. How you doing, Benji? Good to see you too. But that's all just aesthetics and how you want it to appear. If you want it to always be there and just not be able to be clicked, then just pause and unpause it. If you don't want it to show up at all. How you doing, Ravenous?
Fuck, maybe it is a fetish. Shit.
Welcome in. But yeah, if you don't want the redeem to show up at all until the 12 have been redeemed, then you want to disable and enable the redeem itself. Boop, boop. Man, I talked for like 4 straight hours today. Okay, no worries. We'll be here. Fucking recorded 2 goddamn tutorials in one day, back to back, and my throat hurts. I haven't talked that much in a while. It's not like streaming either, right? Because I'm doing the tutorial, I'm just like constantly talking. Yeah. Yeah, I still have to edit them. They should have been out by now, but I got sleepy. Benji, retype that message, but use !ask in front of it. That way you get added to the queue so we don't lose it in chat. We do that. Marbs! Yeah. We answer them in question, and I don't want to lose it in the chat, so that just puts it in the queue so we can answer them in order. Mobs indeed. How are you, my friend? How's the weather there? It's starting to get cold here now. Thank you for sending that shit my way. Okay. I am mad at you. You know the quote one. What's the other one? They're both for the quote. I decided to split them up because there's 2 different versions of the quote system, right? So I made a tutorial for each one instead of having one like super long one. I mean, they're both kind of long, about 45 minutes, but yeah. So basically I had to say the same thing twice. Sucked. Things I do for you guys. Ooh. Too many varied interests. I've already started 2 other projects. What's wrong with me? A lot of ice. Got the day off though, hell yeah. Yeah, it was like 20 degrees C today.
Oh, hello.
When I woke up. Well, I guess when I went to bed. It was 20 degrees C. And then fucking it's gonna be free down to 0. So we're doing a 20 degrees Celsius drop in a single day. We already had the rain, like 55, 60 mile an hour winds and fucking huge downpour. And I'm like, great. It's about 21 now. Yeah. I keep looking at the next 2 days and I'm just not happy. You're waiting on the podcast? What do you think this is? 3 inches of snow, followed by 1.5 inches of freezing rain, followed by 1/2 inch of snow. Jeez. It's -10. Yeah. The other one? What other one? We don't have another one. While we're waiting for Bibbs to test that out, let's answer the next question so Wizard can get to his game.
Queen Make asked, would you be willing to be featured in a bearded bald men calendar?
A bearded bald man calendar? I thought we were already doing a calendar. I'm not putting glitter in my beard though. Oh, you're talking about my other YouTube channel. Got you. Yeah, I'm waiting too. You shut up and take my money. Is this separate from the other one that was set up by Squidly and them, or is it the same one? I thought I was gonna be Mr. May. No glitter required. Good. Yes, different. Wait, are y'all in this together? How many bearded bald men do you know? At least 12, right? I say that going in, and then it's like, oh wait, it's just you 12 different times. Apparently enough for making 2 calendars. You collect them? Nice. At least I'm a part of something now. I've been collected. Yeah. Bald bearded men, she collects them apparently. You know. Most people do like spoons with, you know, destinations written on them, or, you know, pewter figurines, coins. Queen Mai's like, nah, I collect men. Your 7 head is showing? Hell yeah. Yeah, you would, Marbs. Yeah, you would. You should. You should. You have 3? You have 5? Alright. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. DM me the details of what I gotta do. I assume this is gonna be for 2027, yeah. I forgot to make copy. How stupid am I? Oh yeah, Ray. I don't know who Ray is. How can you forget Ray? Golly. Alright, Wizard, we're gonna answer your question so you can go play a game. You can't shave bald early. You're holding on to it. Yeah. My hair used to be down to my belly button. And it was beautiful and glorious and no layers. It was all one length. And then I joined the military and they shaved my head. And then I didn't like the stubble. And so the very first night that we were able to, which was like 3 nights after starting boot camp, I went into the bathroom and shaved it with a razor, and I've been doing it ever since. So I was like, wow, this is so much easier to care for. You can go play. You added a second question. All right, well now it's on you, Bucker. This is just... Yeah, mine was just straight, like it was literally like homophobic straight. It was just like a board. It was crazy. And I was blonde as a kid too, so it was like really fine, you know, like I had enough, like it was thick, but it was real fine, so couldn't really do anything with it except let it hang. You lost your hair during your first year of marriage? Burb? Alright, we'll be here. Alright, Wizard.
Wizard asked, let's say you have YouTube connected on Streamer.bot but decided you no longer want to have it. How do you remove it from the connection list? I'm tired of the partially connected thing, lol.
You just need to forget. So you'll go into connections, platforms, go to YouTube.
You are indeed family. No other could have lived to oppose me in person.
Well, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. And then here, this is where you'll have your broadcaster accounts. If you log in and out here, it will still wait for you to log back in. So if you open this up, you'll see the little forget button. Click that forget button, and then it will log out completely and assume that there is no account for that platform. Do it for the bot account as well if you have one. So log out and then forget. Yeah, it didn't used to be hidden. That's why a lot of people don't notice it, because it used to be inline on the 2.6, 2.8 version. But yeah, they've combined everything into all these little drop downs now. Easy. But good question. People need to know. Hi, Evie.
Easy on the Pepsi. I really do like Pepsi.
Evie rising. Easy peasy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we have 2. All right. I love that little waving star. It's so fucking cute.
The Darling Hideout asked, how would one make a video shouts for stream regulars or VIPs? Like if you had a specific clip you want used for a specific individual. not a streamer clip, so something for when they first chat or when either myself or them trigger it with a command?
Yeah, so there's several ways to do that as well, Benji. One of the easiest would be just like using first words, obviously, as the trigger. And you can set this up like 100 different ways, so everybody's going to have like a different way to do it. But one of the easiest is either a switch case statement, or my favorite is the if else, right? And your trigger is going to be a first words. So we'll make a new one. We'll call this one Benji. So what you're going to do is going to go in here. Your other one will require a little bit more work. All right, we'll look forward to that. You can set the triggers up whenever, but Twitch, and then we're going to do, where's first words? Right, I forget. General? No. Somebody help. Where's first words? I forget. Chat. First words. Right there. Thanks. Yeah. So, this one you're going to leave blank because it'll catch everybody, unless you only have like one person that you want to do this for. But I'm assuming it's going to be more than one, like with your, like you said, your VIPs and stuff. And then I would just use an if else statement. Since they're in line now, it makes them so much easier. And like I said, there's 100 different ways to do it. So, you know, you can pick the one that's best for you. But basically, we would go to logic, if else, and then input is going to be user or username. I always do the equals, but ignore the case because sometimes people change the case of the user or the username. And then you're going to just list the people that you want to do this for. Now, if you have a group, you can also do a group, right? You can make a group. So, for example, like you said, like your VIPs. So instead of listing out all of them individually, you can just put all of them in a group, and then you can check if that user is in that group. All right. But we would do like this. So if it's our first VIP, then we want to do whatever it is you want to do. So you want to show a specific clip. So either you have the URL for that clip, and it's going to be loaded through a browser source, or you have the clip downloaded to your hard drive and you have it listed in OBS directly. And depending on which way you're doing that, that's what's going to happen. But basically, we can do, I'm going to assume that you have, since you have a specific clip, that they are loaded into OBS. You just turn the visibility on, right? So we can go into OBS, sources, set source visibility state, find the scene that your clip is on, and then find the clip itself, make it visible, blah, blah, blah. Boom. All right, so if it's this person, then it will play that specific clip. And then, oop, and then we can just copy or duplicate, and then duplicate. And you can make one for each person. Like I said, if you have the group though, instead of user, what is it, Barrels? I forget. Is it user group? I think is what it is. You have most of it. I think it's user group, or whatever your group is named. No worries. I was trying to remember. User group contains it. And then you're going to put their username here. But this is if you create user group, isn't it? VIP name. groups. Oh, okay. And then that way it's for whoever is in that group. And so you don't have to make a different one for each one. Did we already go over the switch? No, I didn't go over the switch, but the switch is the same thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this group here. But if you make a group, you would use that name. But basically, I mean, that's it. You just toggle your visibility. If it's a browser source that you're using to show the URL, you know, of that clip or whatever, it's going to be the same thing. Here, you're just going to toggle the source, the visibility of that browser source, so when it becomes active, as long as it is actually set to... Do I have a browser source somewhere? Probably not. There we go. Refresh browser when source becomes active. Make sure that that is checked in the OBS browser source so that when you toggle the visibility, it will actually come on. Need an S on user groups. Did I not put one in there? Yeah, I got one. User groups. Yeah, but if you use the username in the trigger like that for a first word, you would have to make a first word trigger for every person. Or an individual action. And Benji was talking about, let me go back to the question. Used for, let's see, stream regulars or VIPs. So there's going to be a group of people, and that's going to be, I don't know how many, you know, he's talking about, but 5, 10, 20, 100, you know, like on my stream, I can have 200 VIPs. That would be a lot of triggers. Yeah, but why don't you just have one trigger? That way this thing isn't trying to run every time somebody chats. You know? I can have. I don't have. Yeah, you have to have certain number of people chat in your stream at the same time, like in a 5-minute window or whatever, to unlock the various levels of numbers of VIPs. And it's double whatever your thing is, right? So if you have whatever, if you have like 10 people chat, you get 20. If you get, you know, 30 people chat, you get 50. If you have 50 people chat, you get 100. It works on way on up. But yeah, a couple years ago when I got raided by like 3,500 people, they all chatted, of course, because they all said, you know, raid. And then broke my stream. I almost had to close OBS, and then because of all those chats, it just bumped me all the way up to fucking it's like, oh, you had fucking over 200 people chat at once in your stream. Congratulations. You've unlocked every VIP slot. I'm like, thanks. I'll probably never use them. But here we go. You know, it happens. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's literally, I can think of right now about 8 different ways to make this happen. This is just a quick way, and it's easy to go and change shit too. So if you change shit later, you don't have to go and redo the entire thing. I can just go in here. If I change the name of that you know, browser source, or if I change them to nested scenes and they weren't before, I can just go and, you know, do it here. If I want to remove somebody, I can just delete that one if statement. I don't have to worry about editing groups and shit like that. But groups does make it easier if you have a whole bunch of people. So it just basically depends on your setup, but the idea is going to be the same no matter what. No worries, man. And just as a reminder, Benji, because I know you're new, especially to the Discord, and thank you for joining the Discord, by the way. There is the booths section of the channel, or of the server, and in that you will find a channel called Tavern Talk. And if you scroll down to the very bottom, you will see that your question is currently listed there, and underneath it has 2 links. One to Twitch and one to the live YouTube replay. Those go directly to your question. So if you click those links, it will take you right to that spot when your question was being asked. So if you need to come back later and look and be like, what happened? What do you say? What do you do? You can use those. So obviously the Twitch one goes to the VOD, which is only good for 60 days. After that, the link will be broken, but the YouTube one is forever and will take you to the YouTube live instant replay. So it's always there if you need it. And if you have any follow-up questions or whatever, let us know. But welcome to the family. 3,500 would be a lot. Yeah. I think it was 3,410 or some shit like that was what the raid was. It was from Ensum. I got the Ensum raid a couple years ago. And I was like, fuck. I didn't have anything set up for large raids. So every person chatting got their first word message. Every fucking follower got the follower alert. You know, every bit got a bit alert. Right? Because I mean, at that time I was used to having like 4 people in my chat. You know what I mean? And I was just like, fucking OBS was just locking up. I was like, holy shit, guys, calm down. Most you have was 90. Yeah. They come and go. I mean, it's cool. You know, I love the raid system. I think it's a really neat thing, you know, especially if you want to share your community with other people that they might not know, or, you know, like we do. I try to do it once a week where we go meet a new friend, you know. Sometimes that backfires, but sometimes we meet some really cool people. But I think it's a really cool feature. I really enjoy it, and I think that some of these bigger streamers, and I get disappointed. That's one of the reasons I love Ensum so much, is because he does that. He'll pick one person every week or every stream, and he'll raid them. And he always has like 3,000 to 4,000 people in his chat, right? And he's a great streamer in his own right. Does the horror. We love that, you know. But he always finds somebody that's streaming a horror game and clicks over to him. And I've seen a lot of like the Twitch partners that have 500, 600, 1,000, 2,000, whatever viewers, and then they only raid other partners. And I'm just like, you know, that's not very cool. I mean, it's cool, you know, support your own friends and stuff like that, but, you know, like when your moderator is live, go fucking raid your moderator. Like, they only have, you know, 2,000 followers. Like, you know, they don't, yeah, a lot of them don't spread the love. Hey, troll, you're pretty cool. You got to get better at rating out. Got to get better at showing up first. Yeah. More constant streams. No, you do good though. And you know, Marbs does it right way too. He'll stream like when he does his music and tries to find somebody like Drone Hands or somebody that's doing music, you know, to kind of keep the same vibe. And I dig that too. You know, it's like, oh, if we're playing fucking Stardew Valley and then you go jump over to somebody playing Phasmo, that's a whole different type of community. You know what I mean? And your people that are there for Stardew may not like that, but, you know, sometimes you have to. Yeah. We all try. Exactly. I only do the 4 streams a week now. I was doing 5, but there's just not enough time in my life to do 5 days of streams right now. Unless somebody's going to step up and be my sugar mama and just pay me to live and be a content creator. But, you know, I like to raid a friendo, and then I like to raid a friendo, you know, that maybe has a smaller viewership. And then I like to find a new friend. And then one of my 4th stream, I will raid somebody larger than myself, you know, that was the hardest thing to do. I think, like raiding partners and shit like that, you know, oh, if you have 3,000 viewers, let me bring my measly little 10 people. And, you know, but I forced myself to do it, and it has been amazing almost every time. Now you lurk, go lurk. No money. But yeah, so that's my I try to, and depending on what time I stream, sometimes I get done with stream and there's like literally 4 people that I know on, and it's like, who do I raid? But yeah, that's my goal. I raid a friendo, I raid somebody that's smaller than me, you know, I raid somebody new, and then I raid somebody larger than me. And that's kind of my thing that we try to do. It doesn't always work, but that's the goal, you know. Meet new people once a week, support the friendos that support you, and then go big, because why not? Yeah. You'll get there, wizard, you know? Shit. I know people that have been streaming for like 6-7 months and they're already partner, and then there's people like me that have been streaming, you know, their 5th or 6th year and haven't even crossed 1,500. You know, it's all in time. I don't even watch numbers anymore. Like, I couldn't tell you how many followers I have. I know it's 14 something, but I don't even know. I know I was stuck at like 1485 for like 6 months, but 6-year anniversary for affiliation next month. Hell yeah, dude! Congratulations. Mine's coming up this year too. You're not raiding anyone who've not, but yeah, when you raid new people, it's very hit or miss, and I always try to like pull them up and at least listen to their streams, and if they're like, you know, talkative, or they're, you know, not so focused on their game or whatever they're doing, then, you know, like I'll take a chance if they seem like they got good vibes or they're very community oriented or whatever. But sometimes you just raid a person, and I mean, we've done it here on this channel where we raid somebody and they don't even acknowledge the raid for like half an hour. And it's like, hey, bye. So it is what, yeah, I don't promote my streams either. So I did in the beginning once I learned how. And then I was like, this is a lot of fucking work. I'm like, the people that love me will find me. But it helps when you have great friends with large viewerships, like, you know, Bibbidi and Amber the Rambler, and, you know, I'm leaving out a bunch of names, but you know who you are, you know, and then they bring their communities over to see you, and you're like, oh, there you go. You got yelled at for only having 3 people in your raid? You're not getting raided anymore. Fuck you. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, when I first started streaming, literally, I didn't even know what Twitch was. I didn't even know what Discord was. I streamed to one person for the first 2 months, and that was my aunt, because she loves me. But we got ads coming up, and I need to make a pot of coffee, so we're going to take advantage of the ad break on Twitch to go do that. So go refill your drinks, your snacks, pet your dogs, whatever, and we'll be back in a few minutes, guys. All right, hang tight, and then we'll get to the rest of the questions.
Where are you? Can you give us a sign?
No. Slippery when wet.
Slippery when wet.
Is that not a good sign?
That's a great sign.
Yeah.
I did not think you were going to say that. Oh, God, fucking hell.
Oh, that's a wolf. That's not a dude. What the fuck? What the fuck is it? Oh, Jesus Christ. Thank you, Joker. Scared the shit out of me. I thought some big ass animal was coming to kill me. Fucking hell. So there's a wolf and a dude, and then there's 3 dudes. Got him. Yeah, you did. Fuck, I was all looking around. I was like, where's this shit coming from? That was not very nice. Oh shit, there's another dude. There's so many dudes. Oh! Hi, doggy. That was an anomaly and I turned back. I'm so good at parkour. Wow. Hey. Oh. Oh! There was a fucking head. Okay, we got fucking Lord's Prayer. Go. Stop it! What the fuck is... I need a... Why do I have a lighter? I need a flashlight. What the fuck? Hey. Oh. Oh! There was a fucking head! What? Holy crap is this? Oh, this is dangerous. Oh, Dave! Dave, the track. He's got to drive all the way back to the track. Oh, give me my lighter back. Give me my lighter back. Oh. Hold on, I can... No. Oh, Jesus. I was just out of fuel. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Okay. Holy crap, I thought they took my lighter away from me. Bibbidi. What the hell? Ellie, are you okay?
Can you get out? Oh, wait, can I get in? No.
Holy shit, I was like, literally...
You were gently crouched is the best part.
I have. Well, to be honest, though, you know, I have. I'm making this much more harder than I... Thank you. That's my brain right now. Some nuns can't learn the tongue? Oh, another bear trap. Oh! Hey, we're back. That was quick, eh? I might have had an apple fritter while I was away. Don't be jealous. It's more funny if you're a funny ass. As long as you don't laugh like an ass. Hee-haw, hee-haw. Yeah, that's my foobie. You got an apple fritter for me? Ooh.
Joke's on you, I'm into that shit.
That is so weird. I'm still trying to figure out why the fuck the movie poster sound went through YouTube. I need to make a new soundboard. I got some like really old ones on here that aren't even like cool anymore. Like the Ricky one. Okay. All right. Next question. Oh, I'm gonna turn on the heater. It's starting to chill up a little bit. We'll just put it on low for now. There we go. Oh, it shit. All right. Gross. I saw. Well, still to this day, one of the funniest cartoon memes I've ever seen. It was like a 5 or 6 panel cartoon. I'll never find it again. I should have saved it, but it cracked me up. And it was like the cutaway of like somebody's face, you know, so like you can see their mouth and their throat and their tongue and teeth, you know, whatever, like the cross section, I guess, not cutaway. And they put a spoonful of food in their mouth, and there was like a pea and a corn kernel and a fucking like piece of meat, and you know, there's just these different things, and it showed the next panel like going down the esophagus and then in the stomach and then through the intestines, and then they all dropped in the toilet, and there was one big turd, and then the little corn kernel, and he was all happy and his hands up, and he was like, I win. And it was just, I don't know, it cracked me the fuck up. Anyway, you need a heater? Yeah, my house doesn't have heat either, so I feel that. I have a tiny little like space heater that fits on a shelf, and it is under my desk specifically for my feet. And then I have a larger one that heats the room. And then I have a heated electric blanket, which I need to replace because only one side gets warm now. Luckily, it's the side I sleep on, but still it sucks because I'll like roll over and I'll hit the cold side and I'll like fucking jarred awake. Ugh. So I try not to roll in my sleep now. All right, next question.
Wist asked how to set up a reminder chat command that sends the reminder to a Discord channel.
Oh, okay. So you're talking like I have my remind, where I type in !! remind, and then whatever I want to remind myself. Yeah. Those are actually kind of fun and fairly easy. So let's take a look. Couple things you're going to have to do for setup. One is basically, obviously, you're going to have to set up the thing in the bot. So we'll make a new one. This will be wizard. Oops. And you're going to just do whatever you want to do. So the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to have a trigger, which I use the command, you know, but you can make that whatever you want. A deck button, whatever. Let me actually pull up the one I actually use. Okay. Oops. Okay, so what I do with mine is I get the Twitch add target info here. So we'll go Twitch, get target info, and then I do input 0. Boink. It's like that. Okay. And this is just going to pull, you know, when you run the action, all of your raw inputs and stuff. The input 0 is going to grab the first one, so it'll populate everything that you need. And then we do the webhook. So you're just going to basically just search Discord, the basic webhook, and it's going to give you this full thing here. I actually can't see what I'm doing right now. There we go. So the name, the username, the webhook URL, the content, and then these two, everything else is kind of optional. But you have to set that up in Discord first. So we're going to create the webhook in Discord. So let me bring my Discord over. Whoop. Right. So here's all your questions, right? Actually, let me just there. Okay. So what you do is wherever you want this to be sent, whatever channel, if it's an admin channel, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter. You're going to click the little cog wheel next to that channel, and it's going to bring you to the settings page. You want to go to integrations, and then there's going to be webhook. And so you can do webhook. We're going to create a new webhook, and it's just going to bring up a random one here. And then we can go in and we can kind of, you know, customize it a little bit. You can add a profile picture for, you know, whatever. You can give it a name. So we're going to name this one Wizard for now. And then the channel, obviously you can select which channel it's for, but it's going to default to the channel that you selected the cogwheel on, and obviously that's what you want. So once you have all that set, you're going to copy the webhook URL and then make sure at the bottom you save the changes. Okay, so now we have this one, and the name is obviously Wizard. So if we go back here, the name is Wizard. The username, if you put a username in here, it's going to give you the name of, that's what it's going to put as the person who typed the message. So you can leave it as yourself, you can leave it blank, you know, whatever you want to do here. If you have other people that are sending the reminders, you can do like user. Oops. Right. Or you can type out a specific name. Whatever you want to do. The webhook URL is what we copied, so we're just going to paste that in there. And then the content, this is the big one. And this is what you want your reminder to say. You can just have it be whatever you type, or you can have like a little message. For example, mine says, and I'll just copy it over. Here, okay. And okay. And okay. So I have it say this. It says, hey Bearded, remember in the stream when you said you wanted to remember this? And then I have raw input with the capital I, and that's going to put whatever was in that message right in that spot. Okay. And then you click OK. So your webhook is basically done. And then what I like to do is I send a message to chat. So I'm going to do send message, Twitch chat. And this is just going to let me know that it completed. So your reminder was sent. Okay. And then so for like here, for the trigger, I'm just going to use a command. So I'm going to do a command triggered, and we're just going to make a new one, and we'll call this one Wizard. And then the command itself is going to be whatever you want it to be. We'll do Wizard. All right. We want to uncheck ignore bot account and internal messages. Make sure your sources say Twitch. And if you only want your moderators to use it, or if you don't want anybody to use it except for you, you know, do your permissions there. And we're going to say OK. So now we have that, right? So now let me bring up the Discord again. We'll go back to this channel real quick just to kind of show you. Okay. So, whoopsie. So now, if we come over to the Twitch chat and we go exclamation point Wizard. This is a reminder test. I did spell that right, didn't I? Everyone, yeah. Oh, well, I guess it's not going to work if I don't have it on my bot. But anyway, yeah, so Robot Beardeds will work. Let's open up his chat. Robot Bearded. Because that's who this fucking account is connected to, and I forget that all the time. Because I'm an idiot. And you guys come hang out with me anyway. So what does it say about you? All right, here we go. Let's try that again. Wizard. Good time to get back when I'm an idiot. Yeah. This is a test message. Yeah. Boom. A reminder was sent, and then you can see right here in the Tavern Talk, it goes right through. Yeah. Super simple. Yeah, webhooks are fun, especially the Discord ones. Get this back out of the way. You're very welcome. All right. Okay, cool. Oh, we got 2 left still? Cool. Here we go. Next question then.
XX_Ravenous_XX asked, okay, so I helped my set up an action that gave a chat message, announcement, and a shout out when she gets raided into. Everything works until I add the announcement. Even if I do announcement by itself, it will not post to chat. It works for mine with no problems, and it's the import from mine to hers but will not work.
I'm waiting for the GTS to finish. There we go. So everything works but the announcement, and when it gets to the announcement, I'm assuming it breaks. Depends on how you have the announcement set up, and also my permission. You heard your name. We're talking about you, not to you. Okay. Kidding. I mean, technically we were, but yeah. So your announcement shout out message that Ravenous was helping you with, she's asking about why the announcement wouldn't work. But if you were here paying attention to my stream, you would know that. So, you know. You went through it several times. So, okay, the first question then I'm going to ask is, how do you have the announcement set up? Are you using a send message to chat with the / command, or are you using the actual send announcement? You're paying attention to another friend on your team? Rude. Just kidding. Go do your thing. You're fine. No. Ravenous is the one that asked the question. She can fucking answer. This is not on you. This is not your responsibility. You know? This is on her. Ravenous asked. Ravenous can fucking deal with the secondary follow-up questions. But if you want to slide into my DMs, girl, I am not going to stop you. Wink, wink. Or whatever people do to flirt. I don't know. I don't know how to do that anymore. Ah. Did y'all hear that? That was my elbow. You removed it. You can't send me a DM. All right. Well, where the fuck did Ravenous go? Ravenous, get your ass back here. We're answering your goddamn question. So, part of it is that Twitch is kind of doing away with third-party applications and bots being able to use the / commands. which is stupid. Also, the problem is probably the shout out. And I say that because Twitch has a limit. I think it's what, 20 minutes before you can do another shout out? Like if you use the Twitch shout out where it puts the thing up top, you know? 1 minute? No, it's longer than 1 minute. That's why I don't ever use it, because it's stupid. 1 minute per person. You sure about that? I think the last time I used it, it was like, you can't shout out the same name for 60 minutes. Okay. I know it was some dumb thing like that. But yeah, that's why I don't use that anymore, because I'm like, well, what if I want to shout, you know, like, let me shout out whoever the fuck I want, whenever I want. Yeah, it's like, that was one of the dumb things. I mean, I know that why they did it, but it's still, I think it's kind of stupid. But they are getting away from letting bot accounts, third-party applications like Streamer.bot, Nightbot, Stream Elements, all of that, use the / commands. But you should still be able to send a announcement. Yeah. Pick your color and send a message. But if the shout out is still on timeout or whatever, it's going to break the sub action, right? Because it's trying to send, Twitch says no, so the streamer bot's like, oh, we're fucking broken, we stop here. Also, make sure that you're falling back to the broadcaster in case your bot account is not connected. Everything needs to be connected. But oh, wait, we're going to do a new one. Oh. Okay. So you have the announcement first in the Twitch message. Is when you add the announcement, it stopped working. Okay. I can fix that for you right now. So the first thing you have to do is go to add, go to Twitch, go to user, and get user info for target. And this one you're going to put in percentage, username, percentage. And boink, that's going to be at the very top. Then you can do your announcement. And you can do your Twitch message. Oops. Like that. If you want to do the shout out, you can do the shout out as well. But you have the Twitch announcement uses variables, user, rating with, party of viewers. So those variables, the user, have to be populated. And then in your trigger, make sure if the Twitch announcement's for a raid, make sure that the trigger is an actual raid. If you're using the test trigger, it's not going to work because they're not setting up anything. So what you want to do is you can have the test trigger there, but you need to input all the variables. So it's just better to do the raid. Move my head. You want to do the raid. And if you don't do any min or max, it'll do it for any raid. And then you can test the raid trigger and it will simulate an actual raid coming through and populate. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Because if you just do the test trigger, it comes, you can add things, right? But we can do user and then, whoops. Okay. All right, we can do viewer 45. You know, you'd have to go and type all of these in manually. The raid message, just right click on it. You can test the raid and it will send a fake name, a fake raid amount. It'll fill all of those variables in automatically. Yeah. But if you wanted to test it without the raid stuff, you would have to use this. So give that one a try.
Hi, how are you?
Fairy Tale is here. Welcome in, sweetheart. How are you? No. The only one that would worry about you actually being live or not is YouTube. Twitch is always on. It's an IRC chat, so it's always connected. Guess what? Chicken butt. Does it work for me? We can try. Oh shit, did I tell her to use test trigger? Oh, my bad. Yeah, simulate. Simulate. Try simulate. Random user, pick a number. Okay. Simulate. You have no school tomorrow? Guess what? Guess what? I don't have school tomorrow either. We're twins. Yep. Sorry. Good catch, Fi. Sorry, that was my fault. I totally meant to. I had I had test trigger in my mind for the, because I was looking at the screenshot and they had the test trigger and I had that in my mind. Yeah. Simulate is what you want. Because I'm old. Yeah. Experience is everything. We've known Fairy Tale. We've known Fairy Tale in the chat since she was not even old enough to legally be on Twitch, so it's okay. We had to be very careful and be like, don't ever say your age until you turn 13. Oh yeah, they do. I'm gonna tell all your secrets. It's fine though. She's legal age to be on Twitch. Not all of them. Just the public ones. All right. Apparently,
time for a little
They
drinking pool.
added bit
Cheers,
badges.
General.
They have they added more? It went all the way up to 5 million when I first started streaming. What's it at now? Hi Phoenix, welcome. Thank you for paying your cover charge. So you did with your daughter, yeah. As long as you don't say your age, I can't ban you. You know. But the minute you admit publicly that you are under 13, I have to ban you, or else I can get in trouble. So, we just don't do that. We don't talk about ages here. I'm old as fuck, all right? And that's fine. Fucking Moses still owes me 12 bucks. Son of a bitch. The minute you hear they're under 18 and you're... See, I don't really care. I mean, like, I have the thing is older, so shutty. I don't really care about age, you know, like, I mean, okay, please don't take that out of context, but, you know, the platform has age rules. I don't. And my shit is marked, you know, 18 plus. And there you go. All right. And I have it literally in my about, you know, grumpy foul mouth streamer. Like, you're going to hear some cussing. But no. You know, it's not like we're doing weird shit, taken way out of context. Yeah, way out of line, way out of line. Yeah, let's not do that. Especially since we're on the tubes as well right now. They're a little more strict. But yeah, I mean, by the time you see my content, you've clicked on my channel, you've clicked you are over 18, and you've seen the warnings in chat. It's off of me now. Just don't admit it out loud and we have no problems, you know? Isn't that how? Yes, that's exactly how it's supposed to be used. Nerd. Yeah. Evie just got high-fived in the back.
Welcome to my world.
You're under 18. Marbs, can you ban Phoenix? Just kidding. No, literally just, you know, that's the thing. Fit the vibe of the channel you're viewing. And this goes for everybody that's watching here now, in the future, whatever that may be, younger in age. Match the vibe. Don't try to overdo it. You know, just be normal, right? But don't fucking sit there and be like, oh, I'm fucking 13. No, don't ever say your age, ever. And you'll be fine. We were joking. You know what I mean. Be yourself. But like, you know, you see some of these kids and they come in and they try to like be overly adult and it's just glaringly obvious. Like, okay, you're fucking 11. Your early 30s? You don't look a day over 28. I know, I've watched you grow up. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we got, a little fairy tale here. It's been 5 years. Like, I believe she's gonna graduate high school next year. Fucking insane, dude. Our little girls are all growing up. Yep. You graduated high school in 2020. Jesus fuck. I swear to God, if y'all start pulling that back in the 1900s shit to talk about like the 90s, I will fucking ban all of you. Don't hurt me like that. Back in the late 1900s, bitch, I will punch you in the throat. Literally.
I fucking panicked! Oh god, it scared me so much!
Tweenie, welcome in, my dude. Graduated. I know. Fucking babies. I graduated before y'all were even born. What the fuck? Uh-oh. Also what?
Raiding party!
Welcome in, Raiders. Angel Maid, welcome back. How are you? You graduated before me?
Roadkills for days!
You're not that much old. You're like a fucking week older than me. Calm down, Bibbidi. Are you running over dogs? Rude. Welcome in, Raiders. How are you doing? How's your stream, Tweenie? Playing some GTA? Nice.
Oh, hi.
Thanks, Wizard. Yeah. And we liked it.
Farty pop.
Those animals tried to kill you. You're almost 32 plus 0. Yeah. Back in my day. How we doing, King? We walked to school uphill both ways with shoes with no soles on them. I know it is. Your birthday's in April? Then you'll be 32? And it was always snowing. You know. I'm a witch. She drinks the blood of innocence to stay young and viral. Too laggy? At least we're not having the frame issue like we were yesterday. That's good. Severe fatigue. Alright, we'll get a good nap, Tweenie. Thank you for the raid. Yeah, get some sleep. Go snuggle Sappy. How bad is it, King? You were born on the 11th. Whenever it's time for me to go shave, I assume someone else on the planet is shaving already, so I say, I'm gonna go shave too. One and a half to 2 feet. You keep that shit where you're at. I don't want that down here. Wait, are y'all related and we just found out? Is Phoenix your niece? Did we just grow your family tree? Do not try to adjust the horizontal or vertical. I was born, and I wasn't supposed to be. It's all been downhill since then. Your niece has heard about me? Your niece heard about me?
Oh!
Now it's everyone else's problem? Hell yeah. How you doing, Lucian? Your sister's the one that met me. I met so many, there were so many ladies in that house. I don't remember. Oh, see, I'm telling you, Phoenix is probably related to Bibbidi somehow. Y'all need to investigate this. Wow, Jesus Christ, they were literally, I walked in the door, the three that were there left, and then we went and did our thing, and then we came back and there were like 182 women in that fucking house, and you're like, this is it? Like, I'm gonna fucking remember names. I'm just like, I have to pee, and there's 182 people, and I'm hoping that door closes all the way. And then I went to pee, and came out and was like, yeah, I gotta go. I don't fucking remember names. She was the one on the three that left. Oh, okay. Chicken. Well, you brought an introvert into a strange house full of women. What the fuck did you expect? Stop yelling at me. I didn't mean to steal your joke, Tweenie. Go get your nap! We have 2 questions left to answer so far. Yes, you do. I need to see physical scientific proof, because I don't believe it anymore. I don't believe in coincidences, and that's far too many. Why do I have a vape syringe in my hand? I don't know. My hands are bored. I'm answering the next question. Here we go.
Hi-Fi 420 asked how to stop first words alert for a raid.
How to stop a first words alert for a raid. Good question. Set trigger state. Core trigger, set trigger state. So in your raid, the trigger of that action, so your first words, you're gonna pick your first words. Blah blah. I don't give a shit. There. Look. You're gonna pick first words, and then you're gonna set it to disabled. So when your raid comes through, it disables the first words. Just give it like a delay, or whatever, and then make sure you re-enable it so it works after the fact. And they both work at the same moment. Yeah, so if you want to do it for more than one raiders in your raid, you're going to do minimum 100. So anytime you get a raid greater than 100, it'll run those actions. It'll stop or disable the first word from your first word actions that you have your first word on. You'll have to make one of these for each one that you have first words on if you have more than one. You know, but yeah. I'm telling you. Bibbidi and Phoenix are fucking related. Some way, somehow. Would you? Yeah, I would make it a separate action. Yeah, just to be clean about it. Like, for example, I'll show you what I have for my large raid, what I set up after the Ensim raid. So I have my raid. This is my normal raid stuff. So you can see I have it between 1 and 499. All of this stuff happens, right? This is all the welcomes and blah, blah, blah. I have a big raid. So this is anywhere between 500 and 9,999. Basically, it says, you know, thanks for the raid. I still do the raid. Thank you for the raid. But I hide my shout outs. I hide my welcome messages. I turn the bots off. And then I send a message saying, thanks for the raid. All right, so I just kind of disable everything because those alerts are going to go through. And instead of going through and saying, well, disable this trigger and this action and this trigger of this action and don't do this action, I just turn the shit off. So it still runs basically in the background, but it's not triggering shit on OBS. It's not blaring in my ears with the welcome, 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 welcome. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for, you know, I just turn all that shit off. And so nothing like breaks OBS. And then I have a button on my deck that will disable the raid, the big raid. So once everything's kind of calmed down, I have end raid somewhere here, the end raid, and it just basically all the shit that I turned off, I turned back on. And I have those two on a deck button. So it automatically gets triggered when there's a huge raid. And then I hit the button on my deck to re-enable the shout outs and all of that once everything in Streamer.bot has run through and it's all cleared out of the pending actions. I find it to be a little bit easier to manage that way because then, you know, it's not like bogging down OBS or blowing in my ears with all the alerts and shit. So yeah, you're welcome. But yeah, if you just want to do the first words turn off, you can just use that trigger for that thing and turn the first words off. Yeah. Don't send Bibbidi a strand of your hair. Bibbidi is a witch and she will make a potion and a voodoo doll or some shit out of it. You don't want that. Oh my God, she does look like you, Bibbidi. Jesus. That's uncanny. She could fix my back. Wow. Oh, I need to go back to New Orleans. I need to dig up treasure. One day. Struggle with your own back. Ah. Joys of being old. Back pain, leg pain, knee pain. My fucking eyelashes hurt. Yeah. Went to the doctor. He's like, so what is your current level of pain? I was like, I don't know. Normal amount, I guess. He's like, normal is 0. Oh. Bladder hurts. You know how to fix that, right? Go piss, girl. That one's easy. Some great questions today, guys. Proud of you. All right, we got another one in the queue. Look at that right there. Boop. One question. Let's fill this mug up. There we go.
Queen Mike A asked, is there a way for a clip to automatically be added to Discord during live stream?
Yeah. Yes, there is. All right, next question. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm a funny guy. So automatically, kind of, no. But yes. Also, wait, didn't Streamer.bot add that? They automatically
Time test.
Time test. If WiseBot makes a clip, will it go to Discord? You're using WiseBot? Get out of my chat.
You betrayed me. Did you tell the folks that? You bitch.
Just kidding. I wanted an excuse to press that button. If you could cure your asthma, back, and allergies. Yeah. For WiseBot, well, so basically what you can do, and with what I do, you have to save the clip. WiseBot isn't going to pull, it's not going to download or anything like that for you. I mean, no bot really is. As far as I remember, it's been about a year since I've used WiseBot, so if I'm wrong, correct me. But did not mean to burp into the microphone, but that apple fritter was good. Oh, so I'm not sorry. But yeah, like we talked about earlier with the webhook, the Discord webhook, what you can do is you can have, it takes a clip and posts a link in chat. Yeah, so like what I do, if you look in my channel point redeems, I have a channel point redeem where you can automatically send it to Discord, and all you have to do is paste that link into there. You could basically do a similar thing. You would have to, twin burping, yay. I'm trying to remember WiseBot, to be fair. I don't think they've done a major update since I last used it. You create the link or the clip, it captures the link, it posts the link in chat. You would have to, no, because WiseBot doesn't have webhook access. But with Streamer.bot, you can. Streamer.bot can take anything. No, I mean the automated, you can automate it with Streamer.bot to post to the Discord. You'd have to build the webhook like we talked about earlier with Wizard's question about making the webhook. And then your webhook would just be the link to the URL, the link to the clip, which would be a variable or through the command or whatever. And if what you can do, let me see. I'm trying to think, because you're using Streamer.bot as well, aren't you? You're using both of them. Burb. Yeah. So what you can do is you can have so you can have this look for a message. So Streamer.bot trigger would be, let's see, Twitch, chat, chat message. This would basically trigger on every message that came through. And then you would have a, we'll probably use an if statement for that. So we can do logic if statement. So if input contains, so if the raw input, so we would do raw input contains, and then however the message is formatted that comes from Wisebot, like what does it say? Does it just post the link and nothing else? Or does it say this clip was generated, here's the link? You know, does it say anything specific? Can you control what it says? God, I need to get Wisebot again. I didn't think anybody used that anymore. Clip generated. Okay, so what you can do is you can say clip generated. Like that, you know, or whatever it says. And then say okay, and then so if it's true, then your webhook is going to be in the true result. And then this would basically just be raw input. Like that. So if the message comes through and it says clip generated, it would just see that and go, oh, I need to post that. And then it would post whatever through the webhook to Discord directly. This can only get URLs for your own clips. Okay. I knew they added a get clip, but I didn't know what it did. I haven't used that yet. But that would be the easiest way. If you're going to use both bots, you know, if Wisebot is already set up to get your clip and post to chat and all that, just use Streamer.bot to do the heavy lifting and go, we're going to take that URL and post it over to Discord. Like I didn't want mine to be automated because some clips you just don't want posted, you know. But so I did the channel point redeem. Have a clip command. I don't know if I have a tutorial on that or not, honestly. I need to make one. I might. Pi can look it up for me. Do I have that in any of my Streamer.bot videos? I know I did shout out, I did like commands, I did percent commands, global variable commands. I don't know if I did a create a clip. I know we made clips for YouTube. It was in a live stream, okay. I mean, I do have one.
Hey, listen!
I think I do. I will go look for it. You know how to use tools? Yeah. Sorry about the ads on Twitch, guys. We'll be right back after a word from Twitch's sponsors. I'm gonna run and refill my copy. No, I'm looking. I have a clip command. I know I do. I don't use it very often. You can go spend time with your honey. All right. I did the deep. That was, yeah, that was before they, because now Streamer.bot, you can edit the title and all of that as well. Where I know I have one. I know it's on something. Evie Anal. Fuck, where did it go? Oh, here it is. So we create a clip. If it's successful, then we send it to Discord and tell people. Yeah, so I do have one. There you go. So yeah, Streamer.bot can do up to a minute. The default is 30. So we can set this to 60 seconds. There you go. So yeah, Streamer.bot can do it all. So we're just going to grab the username to get the information where I send a message that says it's creating the clip that was requested by whoever. It then creates the clip. I just leave mine at 30 seconds because who wants to go back a whole minute? And then if it's successful, we continue on. If it's false, we send to Discord failed. I have that as another action, which this was before the inline stuff. Basically just sends a message that says we weren't able to make your clip. If it's true, then it goes in and the create clip URL. Oh, I'm not zoomed in, sorry. The create clip URL, that's the URL that the create clip makes. And then it says this clip is made live by user. It gets posted automatically to Discord. And then there's a message in chat that says, hey, the clip that was created, it's in the Discord in the clips and highlights channel. And if you're not a member, join here. Yeah. So there you go. Then you don't have to worry about checking every single chat message and shit like that. So yeah, had a no water issue. You have water again, good. Make sure that you leave your taps dripping so that your pipes don't freeze. Everybody, I need to turn mine on here in a couple hours. But Ravenous, this part, we were just talking with Queen. I think she left to go spend time with her honey. And she says, let her know I found what we were looking for and to come back to this part after she left and watch, because it's all right here. Okay. Thanks. Boom. The wellhead. You're on well water? Yikes. Bum, bum, bum. Oi. Oh. All right. Any more questions, comments, snide remarks? Wait, what? My girlfriend is streaming?
Mwahaha.
Why is she so beautiful? Yeah, we fixed it. You can't run actions for raids, follows, stuff like that with a test trigger. You have to actually have the trigger for the raid or whatever and then simulate it. But yeah, we got that fixed. What are you mwahahaing? You did do that on Discord call and it wouldn't do shit? Did you actually simulate the trigger? Or did you test the trigger? Well, she just tried it and it worked, so I don't know. Okay. Simulate. All right, Twitch, say goodbye to YouTube. We're going to end the stream on YouTube's side. So everybody say goodbye. And YouTube, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for leaving when you got bored. That one weird guy. Welcome back. Oh wait, we have another question, so we're not going to say. You're back. You are back. Okay. This one's easy.
Hi-Fi420 asked, why would one want to ignore bot and internal massages?
Massages? I never want to ignore an internal massage. Why would one not want to? You can have things go on, right? That are triggered by Streamer.bot that you don't want made public, right? One usage example would be like sometimes if you are a streamer that doesn't really pay attention to chat, which those, exist, it's really hard to do, especially for newer streamers to like play their game and concentrate and then realize, oh shit, I gotta watch chat. So you can set it up where it'll go send a voice message or a TTS or something directly into your headset, right? But you don't want that playing out on stream. You don't want it to be seen or whatever, so there's no real like command or anything like that. But if it's like a first word or something, you can have it hey, send this message over here. But because that's an internal message and it's just going through the bot and then output from the bot, it's all internal. So you just want that to go through to, you know, without trying to trigger anything on stream, like a first words or anything like that. But yeah, there's a few reasons why you would want that. Why it's set that way as default, I don't know. I don't know why these are on by default. They need to be off by default, but at least they give us the option now, so yeah. But yeah, there's specific usage cases, and it's one of those kind of, if you know, you know. Like if you need it, you know you need it, and that's where it comes from. But the need for that arose when Twitch changed their API. I do. It's up at the top. When Twitch changed their API and made third-party bots all like internal to that program, they had to change, and that's why we have those toggles now. Back in like 1.4, it wasn't even an option. Yeah. All right. Oh, I need to take that off, by the way. Nice catch, Rachel. Oh, yeah, stream avatars. Right, yeah. No, I haven't had that for a while. But yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, so Twitch, say goodbye to YouTube. YouTube, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. If I missed your messages, I apologize. There was a lot going on at some of it. I think nameless commenter, hello. Sorry if I didn't say hello. That was my bad. Don't ever feel bad about repeating a comment. I have ADD. Sometimes I miss shit. Sometimes I need to be reminded. Also, it helps if I click and watch the correct chat. And that was my fault. But yeah. Great questions today, guys. But we're going to go ahead and end on YouTube. So, bye, YouTube. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. We will see you next week. Also, new tutorials are coming today. And then I'm going to try to make another one tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. No promises on the third one, but I am going to try. All right. So we will see you later. All right. Take it easy. Bye, YouTube.